Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So you can see by the title, I have failed my prop verb challenge. But don't worry, I'm not here to make excuses. Instead, I'm going to break down exactly what happened and what I learned from this experience and how I plan to bounce back from it. So first of all, as you can see here, what I've done is taken all my stats and put it in one page so I can analyze it and explain it to you guys better. First of all, we can see that I started this account on a negative note. In case you guys don't know what it is just showing my trading behavior. Each one of these dots represent a day. So for my first day, I was at break even exactly at 50k, what the account is. Take a trade and it goes down, right? It goes down because I lost the trade. And what we can see here is that this trading behavior continued for the first, let me see, 4, 8, 12, 16, almost 20 days just on a losing streak. When you start an account on a losing streak this bad, it's harder to pass this challenge because all you're doing at this point is just playing cash back, right? You're trying to cash all your losses. You probably get into this mentality of bench trading. Also, you might FOMOing into your trades, or alternative, what I was doing was that I was going into the trades, setting my stop losses at the right level. I wouldn't change my stop losses, but I was scared. As soon as I was making money in a trade, I was scared that the trade was going to go against me, and that's why I was closing trades prematurely, which resulted in a very bad risk to reward. As you can see here, my average winning day is 143 and my average losing day is minus 155. But this is the TopStep stats. Right here, what we're looking at is my real stats. This comes from the platform that I was trading at, which is TradeObate. So first things first, my gross P&L for last week was pretty much a break even because I had this nice run up. I had a whole week of consecutive wins. This has been the best trading behavior that I've seen throughout this past 37 days. Also, this nice run up here, let me see if I can point this out for you guys. Okay, so we see this nice run up, then this was the first run up after the consecutive losses, and then I got into another consecutive losing streak, which lasted lesser than the first initial one, and then I came up for a nice bounce, and again I gave all of this back. So from what it looks like, I started this account on a negative note, and there was this major psychological level, meaning that every time we come up to retest this resistance level, you'll bounce back and you'll keep bouncing and you'll keep bouncing. So in my opinion, regardless of how good of a trade I was taking or whatever, this account was heading towards liquidation, right? There's a couple notes that I want to go over. So first thing first, throughout this whole experience, my mainly traded asset was the NQ. And if you guys have ever traded the NQ, you guys know that the NQ has a lot of fake outs. It's very volatile and it's meant for people that have very good control of their emotions or maybe have some sort of mechanical trading system. To me, what I'm thinking about doing for next week is going back to the ES, since in my opinion the ES has cleaner levels. Its levels get respected as well, and overall it's not as volatile as the NQ, and it doesn't have as many fake outs. So for next week, one of the new implementations that I'm planning on doing is changing my asset from the NQ, which is very risky, to the ES, which is less riskier. I'm also planning on trading a higher time frame, since I was mainly trading the 1 minute. The shorter the time frame you trade, the more fake outs you're gonna have, the more losing trades you're gonna have. Now the higher time frame you trade, more likely that you're gonna have less fake outs. Your trades are gonna play out, since more traders are looking at the bigger picture instead of all the small details that are happening So for next week, one thing that I'm doing is going back to the ES. Since when I started trading futures, that was my main trading asset. And then I saw that everybody was trading the NQ, and I was like, oh, why is everybody trading the NQ? At my firm, 90% of all traders mainly trade the NQ. And it makes sense, right? Why most people are not making any profit. Most people at my firm, and I bet at any other firm, are losing traders because they're trading assets such as the NQ, which is very risky. So one thing, going back to the ES, trading a higher time frame, I'm thinking either the 5-minute or the 15-minute. The 5-minute, I really like the 5-minute. I've been looking at the 5-minute for a while now. Before this experience, I was trading crypto, and my time frame was the 15 minutes, so I'm familiar with the 15 minutes. So it's either those two, and plan to trade either the 5 or the 15, and looking for entries in the 1 or 3-minute chart. Also, I had too many setups. In total, I had 11 setups, which is just a lot. So I'm planning on reducing this amount of setups to maybe 3. What I've started doing is being back testing all of these setups and looking for the most profitable one. Another note was the fact that I was trading every single day. I do have to point out that once I started this account, I wasn't really planning on, hey, this is gonna be the account that I'm gonna get a payout with or any of that. I was very conscious of this downtrend behavioral. So the chances that me coming back after this whole downturn consolidation and coming back to profit and passing the challenge is just way too hard. So my goal for this challenge was stay in the challenge as long as you can possibly can, and review your trading behavior. I was trading every single day, no matter if I had an edge with my strategy or whatever. I was just trading every single day. I wanted to see my trading behavior in action, and this is what I got. So for next week, I don't plan at all trading every single day, as no strategy out there works every single day. There's days that your strategy works better than other days, and there's days that your strategy don't work at all. So my challenge is to find which days my strategy works with these setups. Also, I had a 50% win rate in this account and a 1.13 risk to reward ratio. The 50% is good in my opinion. You can go as low as 30% win rate as long as you have a good risk to reward, which is all that matters. Specifically, it wasn't a 50-50 and then set 50-50 win rate, but 44 to 55 is pretty much a break even in my opinion. But the problem comes when it comes to the risk to reward. As you can see here, my average winning trade was 45, so almost 46. And my average losing trade was around 42. As you can tell, I was very emotional with my trades. I wasn't holding them as long as I was supposed to, and overall it was just a bad trading behavior from my part. I was letting my winners run as much as I wanted to. I wasn't closing the trades at the levels that I was supposed to, etc. You guys get the idea. So my goal for next week is hold my winning trades for as long as I can. Don't close trades prematurely. Close trades at the levels that I'm supposed to, regardless of how much money I'm making. Okay, so again, I believe I went over this before. I took 285 trades in 37 days, which is around 8 trades per day. My goal for next week is to reduce the amount of trades that I take per day. The more trades you take in a day, the more you expose yourself to risks, right? We as traders, we have no clue where the market is gonna go at all. What we can do is have a strategy that works in terms of probability. This is why it's so important to backtest your strategy and see that it works over the long term. In my opinion, a strategy that works anywhere from 60 to 70% of the time, it's good. And that's just in terms of probabilities, right? And once you get more experience into the market and you are good at reading the tape and maybe seeing some divergences. Maybe you can increase those probabilities from a 60 maybe to an 80%, right? Or from a 70 to an 85%. The point is that I was taking so many trades, and every time you take trades, you're exposing yourself to a losing trade. I'm also gonna point out the fact that I lost 620 in fees last week. I was breaking even overall when it comes to my trades, right? But since my fees, the cost of the fees were so high, this was what ended up in a failed challenge. Two things when it comes to reducing my fees: one, taking less trades, and second, it's the fact that I'm considering going at limit orders. I don't want to go too much into details with this, but the point is that when you're taking limit orders, you're getting paid fees, right? You're going in a market, which is what I do for most of my trades, if not all my trades, right? I only go at market. You have to pay fees back to the market makers for providing the liquidity. Also, my average losing time is 6 minutes. This is the reason why I've been considering trading the 5 minutes, since it's very close to the 6 minutes. As you can see here, my average losing trade time is 6 minutes and 22 seconds. This means, or the way I see it, is that if I get into a trade and the trade hasn't gone in my favor, if I haven't gotten the momentum I want in 5 to 6 minutes, I'm going to consider closing my trades, right? This is a big piece of information when it comes to my strategy and the way I see the market. What else do we have here? So to limit my emotions, since I've seen myself being very emotional, especially when I'm on a losing streak, I don't want to lose money. What I've been thinking of doing is coming up with a mechanical trading system. That means that I need to backtest all of the setups, right? I need to backtest all the setups and see which one is the most profitable, and use that setup, just trade the setup as if I was just in robot. Most likely, I'm not going to be moving my stop loss like I was doing with this challenge account, where if I'll be in profit, I'll move my stop loss immediately so that I didn't lose money. Also, taking trades past 10:30 a.m. Let me show you this real quick. So you can see here, this is the P&L per time of day, and very clearly this stands out, right? $1,000 at 11 a.m. What I'm trying to figure out is why this is the way it is. Why am I making so much money at 11 a.m. and why am I losing money pre-market? That is 8 a.m., 9, you get the point. But for now, what I want to focus is on those trading setups that are past 10:30, because this is where I make the most amount of money, right? Also at 2 p.m. I also see a high P&L. The thing is that I don't like trading past 12. Usually at 2 you get a nice reversal of the current trend, and at 3 is when you have power hour. A bunch of traders just start closing out their positions and you see a lot of volatility in the market. But for my type of trading strategy, I like to take trades before 12. This was more of when I started the challenge, that I wasn't really having any rules or anything like that. So yeah, this is that part of the start of the challenge. Here is more of the recent part of it. But yeah, I want to figure out why am I making so much money at this time, and just continue playing that strategy that's making me this amount of money. And yeah, like I said before, there's so many setups. What I'm gonna be doing this weekend is backtesting all of the setups, seeing which one is the most profitable. And again, if you guys want, I can share those results for you. But yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you learned something new when it comes to risk management and analyzing your statistics. And yeah, if you guys like this type of content, I'm more than willing to go more in depth with each of these points that I have. And if you guys again have any other sort of feedbacks, I'm more than open to see what you guys have and work on those. But yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday. Bye bye.